Hello, it is time for an Edmonton real estate market update. The market was still really busy, so maybe what I'll do is I'll give you guys a couple of stats and then we can go over what that means for us. Last month in March, we saw residential sales have increased almost 35% from March of last year. We did see a lot more inventory come on the market, but it was also disappearing quite quickly. And what that means is prices went up. Usually inventory-wise in the Edmonton area, we're used to seeing around 3,000 or 4,000 listings on the market at any given time. Now we're experiencing something closer to about 1,500 listings on the market at a time. So clearly demand is pretty high. Prices are starting to go up a little bit here. So we can go over that a little bit. So single family homes are up in price about 10% from last year in March, up at around 504 for a single family home average price. Condos lag behind a little bit as well, up not quite 7%, about 6.7% in price from last year. I think as the market continues to heat up, we'll see condos, they'll come up in price for sure, because the condo market has been suffering for quite some time. So, but the big winner here was actually townhouses, duplexes, attached homes. They actually increased in price almost 12% from last year. So yeah, so it's a good thing to see. If anybody knows the Edmonton market at all, we know we've been in a pretty stagnant market for quite some time here. Over the last couple of years, we have seen rents start to slowly increase, and what happens after that, prices increase. So we're finally in that upswing portion of our market cycle, which is really, really encouraging. That being said, we are still extremely affordable, especially compared to the rest of the country. We've seen the rest of the country kind of go off the charts, especially obviously the major centers like Vancouver area, really anywhere in Ontario, and it's become quite unaffordable. So what that means is now everybody is looking to Edmonton. We're still one of the most, for a large city, we're still quite undervalued actually. It's really interesting to see a lot more outside of province and even outside of country funds come into the Edmonton area more than ever, which is starting to shift our market quite a bit as well. There was actually a article from The Owl that recently came out that showed that Alberta still has the highest median income in the country. So it's about 27% higher than Canada as a whole for a median income. So what does that mean? Well, it means that even though rents are increasing and prices are increasing, Albertans can handle it. It's still a balanced market. When we look at a balanced market, what we want to look at is, does about 33%, a third of our income, go towards housing? And right now, yes, absolutely. And why is that important? Well, when we're going into investing in any market or being a part of any market, we want to make sure it's balanced, because we know the economics, like, it can be handled. We're not in a bubble. It's not going to all of a sudden burst and everything drop, because it's just not sustainable. So yeah, in terms of you've bought anything like the last 10 years that you've been looking to offload, now is a really good time, because as I mentioned before, inventory is low. It's still pretty busy, and there's a lot of out of province funds coming in, just people looking to pick something up in our market while it's still affordable. That being said, if you're looking to buy, our market is still affordable and you can still find some cash flow. So it's kind of a good time to be active in the market right now. I anticipate that it's not going to slow down anytime soon in terms of prices going up. That's going to continue over, if we hit our regular market cycle, it's going to be some years to come where we're going to be slowly increasing in price. So that's our market update. It gives you a little snapshot of what's going on, where things might be going. In the month of April, we do anticipate inventory to stick around a little bit longer, and so it won't be quite so hectic with places, anything reasonably priced, disappearing same day as it hits the market for list or over. So hopefully it'll calm down a little bit, but I'm sure we'll have some interesting things to